Let's be honest, some days being strong feels like a big scam. You wake up already tired, you sip your coffee or tea, you stare at your to do list or just stare into space and think, did I really sign up for all this responsibility? Because I'm pretty sure I just wanted a snack and another nap. Welcome back. Let's talk about what happens when you're tired of being the strong one. The one that everyone leans on, the one who keeps it all together, the one who's so good at managing everything that nobody ever thinks to ask, hey, who's taking care of you? Yeah, that question stings a little bit, doesn't it? I don't know about you, but I never got an email saying, congratulations, you've been promoted to Chief Emotional Support Officer of your entire circle and world. It just happened that way. One day, you're being kind and reliable, and the next thing you know, you're the emergency contact of everyone's chaos. Even things that they perceive to be chaos that really aren't. And at first, it feels good. You're like, yes, I'm dependable, I'm helpful, I'm capable. But then one day you realize everyone's checking in with you about them. No one's asking how you're doing. You're the listener, the advice giver, the calm one, the glue. But glue gets brittle over time, too. I remember one week where I was juggling everything, work, deadlines, family issues, helping a friend through a crisis. And I was doing all the right things. I was, trying to keep my balance, exercising, meditating, drinking, my green juice, my protein shakes, smiling through it all. And then one morning, I found myself standing in my kitchen, just staring at the stove like it had personally offended me or something. I was so irritated. And you know what? That feeling, that deep, I'm about to cry because the Wi-Fi is slow, because I'm so tired. That kind of tiredness where you just want to cry. That was me. And I remember thinking, wait, when did surviving become part of my personality? That's not what I'm geared for. Because what no one tells you about being the strong one, it's not a superpower. It's a coping mechanism. Let me tell you about a friend of mine that he was everyone's go-to person. If you needed advice, if you needed a ride to the airport, a shoulder to cry on, something for dinner, he was always there. One day I remember he called me and he said, I think I'm losing it. I thought, oh my gosh, what's going on? He said, I'm so tired of being everyone's rock. But if I stop, everything falls apart. And that right there, that's the quiet truth behind so much burnout. We convince ourselves that our strength is what keeps everything standing. But sometimes the only thing that's holding it up is our fear of what happens if we stop. We have to allow other people to take responsibility for their part in whatever the situation is. Sure, is it good to be helpful and be kind and be reliable? Absolutely, I'm not saying that. But when we trace it back, most of us learned this idea very early on. Maybe a parent or a teacher said, don't cry. Maybe from a cultural background, they told us that emotions are weakness. Or maybe from a trauma, learning that the safest way to survive was to stay composed. So we grow up believing if I'm strong, I'm safe. If I'm capable, I'll be loved. If I keep it together, I won't be abandoned. And those beliefs shape everything. I speak from personal experience on this one. Even when we know better, our nervous system still flinches at the thought of breaking down. Because what if no one catches us? There's this moment, and I know some of you have had it, when the strength mask just slips off. You're doing something normal, folding laundry, driving home, and out of nowhere, you have a gush of tears that just start pouring down your face. You're like, where did that come from? It's like your emotions scheduled a meeting and forgot to inform you. I've had this happen numerous times. And that's your body saying, hey, I've been carrying your pain for a while now. Can we please hit the release button? And it's not about weakness. It's the wisdom. Your system finally trusts you enough to fall apart. The truth is that took me years to learn, and I'm still learning it. If you never put down the armor, it starts to grow into your skin. And when you're always strong, you stop receiving. You stop letting people see your needs. In fact, people will assume what your needs are, which are totally not in alignment with what your actual needs are, which will make you even more irritated and just say, see, this is why I need to do everything myself. And you stop letting people see your needs. So you start believing love has to be earned through your performance. And before long, your relationships start feeling one-sided. Not because people don't care, but because they think you've got it all covered. You've trained them that you're fine all the time, even when you're not. So if you've ever wondered, why does no one check on me? Ask yourself, when was the last time I let them see me? Now, I will tell you from personal experience, sometimes when you let them see you, they don't like what they see. So they even distance themselves even more. That's okay. Those aren't the people that you need in your close world. I know it can be hard and very lonesome. I've had this happen numerous times. And I've even been made fun of, actually, for showing vulnerability and weakness, or not necessarily weakness, but showing a side of me that wasn't okay. And then I realized, wait a second, I've got some of the incorrect people around me. You know, a while back, I had a client who was a teacher and a mother of two, and just absolutely just like a powerhouse, you know. She told me, I can't fall apart because if I do, who picks up the pieces? And I said, maybe no one has to. Let them fall. Maybe some pieces are meant to rest there. And she laughed through the tears, okay? But she says, you mean I can just stop? I said, yes. Stop trying to hold what's breaking already. Sometimes strength looks like letting go. A few weeks later, she emailed me saying she took her first day off in 5 years and just slept. She said it was the most rebellious thing that she had ever done. And that, my friend, is real power. So let's talk about, why does it feel strange to rest? Because when you've spent years in survival mode, peace feels suspicious. Your nervous system is like, hey, wait a second, I don't recognize this calmness. It thinks something must be wrong. It's too quiet. So we sabotage it and we busy ourselves. We overthink. We pick fights with our own peace. I mean, it's amazing. But rest isn't the reward for getting everything done. It's the requirement for staying alive. You don't have to earn your pause. You just have to take it. If you're nodding along right now, let's make this real. Let's talk about 3 shifts that can really help you step out of survival mode and into something softer and kinder. Gently tell the truth. When someone asks, how are you? Try honesty in small doses. Say, it's been a lot lately. Or I'm managing, but it's been heavy. You don't have to spill your guts, but you're reminding yourself it's safe to be human. Ask for micro support, not the big stuff. Stuff with, like, small stuff. Like, can we talk? Can you pick up the milk for us at home? Can we just sit in silence for a bit? Tiny asks rebuild the trust in others and in yourself. Redefine what strength means for you. Strength isn't holding the world up. It's knowing when to put it down. It's showing up honestly, even if you're shaking. Because there's something beautiful about admitting, I'm tired. It invites others to say, me too. I mean, sometimes your body will force you into rest in hilarious ways. Ever had one of those days where your body says, we're done, and you find yourself crying over an empty shampoo bottle or something really insignificant? It's not drama, it's a reset. That's your system saying, hey, we have hit capacity. Please unplug and try again tomorrow. It's okay to have those moments. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is eat carbs all day and take a nap. I mean, just completely refreshing sometimes. Let's rewrite the narrative. You're not losing your strength, you're evolving it. Real strength is flexible. It bends when life bends. It admits when it's tired. It knows when to surrender. So if you're listening right now and you're on the edge of tears, take this as a permission, not to quit, but to rest, not to stop caring, but to care for yourself too. In fact, I want you to care for yourself first. You have been strong long enough, strong for your family, strong for your friends, strong for the world. Now it's time to be strong for you. Share this episode with someone who's always a strong one. They need this reminder too. Be sure to subscribe and follow so you don't miss any episodes and this community that is growing. And you belong here too. You know, you don't have to hold it all together. You just have to hold you. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, even the strongest hearts need rest.